so I just got back from Home Goods and Walmart. I've actually been in the camper all day by myself. Bunky is back at home working. Daisy May had a haircut today, so he's about to bring her, and then we're gonna cook some dinner later. But I've just been trying to like get organized and unpack and settled and everything. And it's funny because each camper is different. So like things that used to fit in our cabinets and drawers in our other camper don't really fit in this one. So I made a Home Goods run. They had the best prices on like bins and little baskets and things. That is the place to go for like organization. So I'm going to show you what I got. I got these two like gray bins, and how they're really pretty. And I think these will fit in the depth of our cabinets. And then I got this for our bedroom. I love this. I think it's so pretty. And then my thought is I have a fan upstairs in our bedroom. I honestly cannot sleep without a fan, so I have to have it. So I have that sitting like on our dresser, and then just like a little bit of decor. And so my thought is while we're traveling, or whenever we have to travel, I can just take the fan off and the decor, put it in this basket, and then put the basket in my closet, and that makes it like really transportable and easy. So that's why I got this basket. I got this beautiful tray because I want to use it over here. This actually is supposed to go on our island for like our soaps and stuff, but because I didn't have one over here, I was just playing around to like see what it looks like. So I'm gonna put this one back where it belongs, and then use this for like our salt and pepper, oil, and things like that, and make like a pretty little display over here. And then we needed some hand soap, and y'all, this bottle is so big. It's a lemon verbena, and it was only $3.99. So I was so excited to find that. And I got this cute little basket. And my thought is that I'll put it either like over here and kind of decorate, or on that end table. But that is all of my little Home Goods finds, and now I'm just waiting for Bunky. He should be here in like 10 or 15 minutes, and we're gonna get started on dinner. It's supposed to rain, but we're hoping it's gonna hold off. I think we're gonna make some chicken Alfredo, and y'all, I am excited for that. Plus, I cannot wait to see Daisy May's haircut. Did someone get a haircut today? I'm just looking so cute in my bow. Oh, hers is so sweet. Okay, the bunk man is here. He brought all the groceries, did not forget anything. Even brought extra stuff. Brought my other camera, so I will stop filming on my GoPro here in a second.
I actually remember that without you even having to remind me.
Yes, I'm proud of you.
Impressive.
Impressive. And then we have our chicken here. It was frozen, so we have it thawed, and it's almost all the way thawed. But he's gonna grill it up. I'm gonna get it in some marinated seasoning. And then we're gonna put this kitchen to the test. First time using the burners. We didn't even use the burners a lot in our other camper.
Very few times. I think we mostly made scrambled eggs. And
one time taco meat because it was raining.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're going to be cooking in here a lot more and traveling so much. So we got to make sure this kitchen is like YouTube approved.
First thing that we're having to adjust to here is the locks are opposite.
Oh.
When we used to be vertical, it was unlocked. Now when it's sideways, it's unlocked.
Okay.
You almost won't even be able to really put this up.
Yeah, I can't even like reach up there.
You would have to like lift it and then.
This thing is so big, I like cannot even get over it.
Yeah. It's so large that it's gonna actually make it a challenge to keep it organized.
Yeah. Okay, so chicken is thawed, and then to season and marinate it, I say marinate, but basically it's going to be able to sit here for like 10 minutes before Bunky cooks it. But I'm going to use a little bit of my Newman's Own Parmesan and roasted garlic, and then I'm also going to add some of this roasted garlic and herb seasoning, and I might actually let Bunky cook this for a few minutes before I add the seasoning. That way this like doesn't burn. Okay, I've never done this before, so I'm a little bit nervous, but I think I just turn my burner to the little flame. Oh, I'm so nervous. We have smell gas. B, I don't know if I'm doing this right. Surely I am. Okay, turn it off for a second. You're sure the gas is on? Woo, there it goes. Then it went out.
How do you make it start?
You press that. See, it just keeps doing that. There we go. Is it gonna stay? What on?
I think you said something about once you light it, like you have to like hold it in that start position for, I think you said 10 seconds. So, because there's like some kind of like safety valve or something for the pilot light.
Okay, let's try again.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into the on position, and it cut off.
Okay, we got it. What were we doing wrong?
So apparently, you turn it to the blue flame. That's the like ignite position, and you hold it down. And then once you get it lit, you let it back up, and then you can turn it to the.
Well, you're still holding it down.
That you want. Yeah, I was holding it down and turning it back.
Okay.
And that's like cutting it off, I think.
I see. So my noodles are boiling away back here, and then for my Alfredo sauce, I don't have like every single thing that I normally put in my Alfredo, but I have like all of the things that are the most important. Pasta is done. I have some broccoli. I'm gonna take this to Bunky and he's gonna just cook it on the black zone. I think he said the chicken's almost done as well. I'm gonna go ahead and add in a good amount of garlic, and one thing I don't have in this camper is like a garlic press, so I need to get one of those. Y'all, look at this sauce. It is like luxuriously cheesy. Oh my word. But for any good sauce you're ever gonna make, key ingredient is a little bit of pasta water. So I'm gonna add this in there, kind of thin it out just a little bit. I think the chicken's almost done, broccoli's almost done, and we are gonna be ready to eat. Okay, tell us the sitch. What's happening here?
The sitch is our air conditioner in the back here. It doesn't appear to be up to par, fully functional, fully operational.
Yeah, and we heard this big, like, it sounded to me like as if a big, like, chunk of ice dropped.
I know.
But there shouldn't be ice on there.
It's not even that hot. Like it's
like 70 outside.
Yeah.
And 76 in here.
Very
and the AC has not cut off for like 10 hours.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
Bunky's gonna come up.
I'm gonna just take a peek up there and see, you know, if anything looks like it exploded or something.
Okay.
Crazy.
What?
I guess it's because of the site that we're on. Like it's so. Look how high up I'm gonna have to step.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
I don't even know if I can do that.
Oh, that's high. Come on, old man.
Got it.
You still got it. You see anything?
Nope. It looks like it should from the outside. There's a little bit of a rattle.
Huh.
Thank you for calling Campers and RV of Myrtle Beach and Mobile RV Medics, Myrtle Beach's most trusted RV resource.
We had just gotten our camper on Wednesday. We've noticed that our rear air conditioner, like the actual air temperature coming out versus our front AC. Conveniently, we're actually just at Ocean Lakes. They were very kind. They're sending a tech out around 2 p.m. today.
But since the technician is not coming out here till 2 o'clock, it is so pretty today. So Bunky and I are going to go get some breakfast and some coffee at Benjamin's. That's like our favorite little bagel breakfast spot in Surfside. If you come to this area, you should go there. It's really good. And they have like good sandwiches if you want to do lunch there. It's all good. Mm-hmm. What was that one you got last time?
I think it's called Fantastic Focaccia.
That one was really good.
Yeah, I like it.
So we're going to go do that, and then I think we're going to stop back at like the golf cart place on our way back in, and maybe rent a golf cart for today because we plan on going down to the beach a lot and then having to come back up here for the nail tech. That's the nail tech. To get my nails done. For the, what's it called?
RV tech.
The RV tech. And then our plan is to have a picnic on the beach tonight. So we want to go back down to the beach. So that's the plan for today. But right now we're going to get breakfast.
Your new hardware days. What do you think?
That's a good looking sports bra, girlfriend. Looking good. Bunky just asked me why I'm embarrassed of his shirt. If there was ever going to be a time, I guess this is it.
Look, I remember I got this shirt at Alvin's up in North Myrtle.
Oh.
Probably like 8 years ago. And I've worn it.
This is the second time you've worn it.
Maybe like, yeah, like the third-ish, something like that. But I mean, you gotta break it out every now and then, so.
I probably should have let Bunky fill you in on the AC, but I'm going to try and update you guys. So they just had the technician come out and look at everything. And it is for sure that the AC completely, like, is broken, right?
Yeah.
How else to say it?
It works, but it's not operating properly.
So they're going to have to replace the entire AC.
Yeah.
We haven't told you guys yet, but we are actually going to leave here on Sunday and go to Carolina Pines for the week. Mm-hmm. So we're going to keep this train rolling.
Bunky's birthday party celebration.
My birthday is next weekend. I said this train, we're going to keep this camper rolling, I guess.
Yep.
But they're going to come out to Carolina Pines and fix it for us.
Yeah.
And then we haven't even told you guys, when we got the camper a couple days ago and picked it up, this is a brand new camper. Mm-hmm. The jack was also completely messed up.
Yep.
So they had to replace one of the
so like the auto level system, this has electric jacks, not hydraulic jacks, but anyway, one of the four electric jacks that we have was faulting or something. It was not, basically it was making the whole auto level system not work. So they replaced that the day that we were taking delivery of our camper.
Yeah. And we gotta tell you all the story about what happened 2 nights ago here at Ocean Lakes.
Yeah.
We'll maybe tell you that later, but we'll give you the scoop on that. I know all of this sounds like negative, but the whole thing about camping is like your perspective and your attitude with things, and like you just gotta roll with the punches sometimes, and there's gonna be like ups and downs. But when you're in a camper, like things are gonna happen, and so it is just like all about your attitude. And we have just stayed positive. Everyone has come and like fixed anything that needed to be fixed. Like everything's been resolved. They've gone like above and beyond, so it's all good.
Yeah, they've been accommodating and addressed concerns, and they're taking care of everything.
Yeah,
so.
And we're right here. We're like 5 minutes from them, so it's really easy for them to come like fix everything while we're here.
That was the purpose too. Like we got it. We wanted to come stay, make sure everything was working, test it all out.
Yeah,
and then
it's why we booked Ocean Lakes.
Yeah, that way we weren't 4 hours away and figuring this stuff out.
I'd rather it happen now.
Yeah.
Okay, it is 5:19. We just got back from the beach. I made some pasta salad, so this is what I'm having for dinner. I think we're gonna make Bunky a pimento cheese sandwich, and he is so excited about it. We were gonna take like a little picnic down to the ocean and have dinner out there tonight on the beach, but as soon as that sun started like setting, it got pretty chilly out there and windy, and Bunky and I both were just kind of like, okay, we're ready to go back and warm up now. So anyway, we're just gonna eat here on our campsite and then maybe take like a little golf cart cruise. But before we make our dinner, we're gonna tell you guys what happened the other night, and it's honestly just like so wild. And I know like at any campground something like this can definitely happen. I've heard people say that this has like become kind of like a problem here, but I debated on telling you guys, but I'm gonna tell you because I feel like it's important, you know, because like with camping, things happen. So it's just like, again, your attitude towards it. So Bunky and I are sitting in here, this is 2 nights ago, and it's like, what, 10:30 the first time?
It was 10:45.
Okay, 10:45, and show them where I was sitting and where you were sitting. So I was just sitting like right here on the couch, and Bunky was sitting right here in this seat, and we're watching TV, and I'm like, Bunky, do you hear these people talking? And he's like, yes. And I said, they're so close to us, like we could hear almost every word they were saying.
Yeah.
I said to you, like, I think they're on our campsite.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm sitting right here, and it literally sounds like they're right out the window here. So I pull the shade up, and it's nighttime, by the way, and we have all the lights on, and we're watching TV. I pull this shade up,
and I pull mine, but at the same
look
time,
out the window, and I can see literally like there's like a golf cart right there, and then
Bunky gets up and he
up.
runs outside, like right here. Okay, I'm gonna show you where the golf cart slammed on brakes. Oh, this golf cart might be sitting like where? Oh, you can kind of see. Okay, see how that patch of dirt is kind of like whatever. That's where the golf cart like slams on brakes.
it was more obvious their tire tracks the other day, but it's rained since then, and we've driven over it a few times. But like you could literally tell because there was a camper over here,
Yeah,
too,
right there.
when this happened. And there was these youngsters, and they went and got.
They're probably like 16 to 18.
Yeah, and they got into that guy's like cooler, and then
Like stole his alcohol.
yeah, and they came over here, and they were like, I guess like about to, or maybe they did, check underneath our slide here.
Because we had a cooler sitting right here. We had brought food from home, and it had water in it that was like ice water. And
Yeah.
I dumped it out earlier, and I was like, I'll sit it outside so it dries
Like,
out.
Yeah.
So it was just sitting right here with the lid open. So they probably thought they were like getting lucky.
I know, and there was nothing in it, but like they pulled up, and there was like a big tire track there the next morning that we saw.
There's like 4 or 5 of them.
Right, and one of them ran off, and the other ones took off on the golf cart.
So then Bunky comes out here, like out the door, like, hey, what are you doing? And
Well,
so-
I opened the door. This was incident number 1.
oh yeah, because we have 2 incidents.
Yeah, so I just like opened the door and like came out, and I don't know if that guy had started coming outside or it was just me when I came outside, but they just took off and disappeared.
Yeah, so then I'm still sitting over here, so like out this window, this is where the couch is, I can see out this window, and I see another kid like walking up the street right here, and when he sees Bunky and he sees me like looking out the window, he takes off running as well.
Yeah. Part 2 continues back inside.
So basically we're out there like just looking around our campsite to make sure that like nothing was stolen. My car was here as well as the truck was here, and so we're just like making sure all of our things were out there. And the guy in front of us that they stole from, we only know that because he kept like circling his camper, and he was like throwing stuff in his truck and trying to like lock it up. So finally I said to him like, sir, did you see like what just happened? And he was like, yeah, they just stole from me. And he was like, I had a cooler out here, and he said I had a couple of like beers in there. And he said they took them, and then like as soon as I heard them out there, he said I came outside and they took off running. Then they were over at our campsite, they took off running. So anyway, that whole thing happened, and we were kind of just like, man, that stinks, because it just feels, they're just teenagers, but it just felt like, when someone's on your little campsite and going through your things, it's just not a good feeling. So we were like, that is just really crazy. It's never happened the whole time we were staying here. And so we were like, let's just like watch some YouTube videos and like chill.
Yeah. Well, after that happened, I actually put everything
Yeah, you did.
in the store, like in the basement and in the truck. So I locked basically everything up.
Yeah,
at
we
that,
made
at
sure
that point.
all of our stuff was like locked up.
Yeah, and then so then we started like watching some TV, some YouTube videos,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
We were like letting it go, whatever.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, you're gonna go to bed. Monkey's like, yeah, let's go to bed. So it's like after midnight at this point. We just like stayed up a long time. I think because we were kind of just still like
Yeah, well, I was like, so it happened at like 10:45. I was putting the stuff up for about 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I was talking to the guy in the campsite next to us.
They're watching YouTube videos. We're just trying to it just makes your heart kind of thump because it just
unwind a little bit.
Yeah, just unwind. Anyway, it's like after midnight, we finally brush our teeth, get in bed, and we're laying there. And Bunky is like, I just still can't go to sleep. He's like, I just can't stop thinking about it. And I was like, I know, but we just have to let it go. So as we're laying there, it's like 5 minutes later, I hear people talking again, and it's after midnight at a campground, so there's quiet hours. Everyone should not be outside their camper.
You would think that things are pretty chill, especially after 11 p.m.
Yeah, so we hear them plain as day again, and I'm like,
may or may not have been the same folks.
Right, and I'm like, Bunky, why do I still hear people talking, and it seems like they're on our campsite again? There's no way. So we're in our bed, and let me show you. Okay, our bed's not made, so ignore that. But we have a window here and a window here, actually in our bed. And this is where I sleep. So I roll up the window because I'm like, let me just look outside. So I look outside and I'm like, Bunky, I see shadows. And he's like, no. And I'm like, yes, there are shadows. But I give it 10 to 15 more seconds because I'm like, it could be something else. Maybe it's a tree. I don't know. So I'm like, after 10 or 15 more seconds, I'm like, no, this is shadows. I see them moving around. For sure, if it's not on our campsite, they have to be right here in front of my car. Mm-hmm. And so Bunky's like, let me get up and go check. Now, meanwhile, this man has on his boxers because we're laying in bed going to sleep. So he's in his boxers, and I don't think that you really thought they were going to be out there.
I didn't know. So I got up. I was expecting to kind of just go to the door and see maybe nothing. You were not right. And then I opened the door, and our truck is over there, and your car was right there, and they were on the other side of your car. And I opened the door, and I see these three teenage guys. Basically. Yeah, they were 16, 17, maybe 18. I don't know. And I opened the door, and I'm in my boxers and all that. Just me and that's it, and barefoot and everything. I opened the door, and I'm actually very shocked. I was like,
it probably startled you a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, they're literally sitting right there, and I was like, what are you doing? Because I thought they were trying to get into your car because they were really close to your car, but they were actually.
They were stealing someone's cooler.
They were,
and y'all, this cooler was probably a $300 cooler. It was super nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty nice cooler, and I guess it was relatively heavy. The only thing I can think is what happened is they were trying to move it, and they got tired, and they had to stop right there. Yeah, and they dropped it right there, and then they were, sitting there doing their thing for a second. But then
Bunky was like, what are you doing? Yeah. And Bunky said it felt such a long time, but he was in reality, it was probably 2 seconds. Right. But they were so shocked, they just froze.
Well, I think we both froze because I was in my underwear, and I opened the door and I see him, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then they were they looked at me like deer in headlights, pretty much, And then it that brief moment did feel 10 seconds, but it was probably 1 or 2. Next thing I know,
they're taking off.
They split off every which way.
So then we ended up calling security.
Yeah, because it happened twice in one night. Yeah. I was like, that's, I need...
someone just come patrol the area.
Right, at least, make it known that something was happening,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we just wanted security to come just to kind of, drive around the area. I mean, it's just teenagers, but like I said, it just doesn't feel good when they're kind of, in your space, and it feels like they're kind of, going through your things. So, anyway, security came, and they just told us, they had been called so many times that night, and it has just kind of been, a little bit of an issue here.
Yeah. Well, it was also spring break.
Yeah, it was.
And I think they kind of said, they basically run the kids off of the actual Horry County Police run the kids off the beach at a certain hour.
And then they kind of
come in here, yeah.
And, it's a little bit of riffraff, but... Then after that, it was just hard to go to sleep because we're just still what in the world,
Yeah.
And constantly checking out the window. I think we finally went to bed at 3 a.m. It was late.
It took a while, yeah.
And at first we're okay, let's just leave. This doesn't feel good. But we woke up the next morning, clear headspace. It's been a beautiful time, and it's honestly been a lot of fun. Things happen, so we just have to
Right.
You
I
know,
mean, we've stayed here on what
Many occasions.
6, 7, 8, if not like 10 times.
Yeah.
And we've never had anything happen.
It was a good lesson to us too, though. I feel like.
Yeah, not to leave anything of value
Outside.
kind of unlocked. I mean, just like if there's something of value to you, you should probably put it away because
Right.
you just never
know.
know what's going to happen. Yeah. Like,
So
that's kinda
anyway,
funny.
we've had a very eventful time since we picked up our new camper on
Right.
Wednesday. The past 4 days have just been like a whirlwind, but we're still having the best time. We are in love with this camper. It is more than we could ever dream of. Like, the amount of gratefulness in our hearts is just like pouring out of us. We're like beachfront.
Oh, yeah.
We had the most beautiful beach day. Like, it has been so fun. As like crazy as it's been even more fun. And now you want to make a pimento cheese sandwich.
Yes.
But you got a tomato for it. If only we had bacon.
I should have actually gotten you to save that bacon that you offered me earlier.
This morning, I know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw some pasta salad. We'll make Bunky a sandwich, and then we're golf carting.
Yeah, tomato, pimento cheese. It's going to be so good.
So good.